Hi guys, welcome to Software Jobs Training, and I'm Tanveer, and we are on week 2, day 3. So in this video we are going to basically cover the text properties of CSS. So we will see that how to make our text look more exciting and attractive using CSS. Okay, so we will begin with the text colors. We have already seen this in our past videos that how to give the color to your text, but in this video we will be covering it up in detail. Okay, so to apply the color we need to give the color property, and then we need to input the color name. Okay, so the color name can actually be could be in the form of the color name itself, or it could be in the form of 6-digit hex value. Okay, so this is a hexadecimal value, or it could be in the RGB value. Okay, so it is written something like RGB, that stands for red, green and blue. Okay, so in the sample code you can see that we have 3 anchor tags written over here, and they have different classes to them. We are going to see these 3 methods of giving the color to the text. So as you can see that the end result is going to be the same. We are giving the red color, but we'll see that how to use the color names and the hex values and the RGB values. Okay, so we have 3 different color 3 different classes, that says color name, color hex and color RGB, and we have referenced them on the top. So this code inside the style tag basically references to the color name class, and this one to the color hex class, and this one to the color RGB class. Okay, in the first one we have used the color colon red. Okay, so we are calling the red color using the color name, and in the second one we are using the hex value. Okay, so the hex value for the red color is $F, and then you put the 4 times 0. Okay, so $F0000, and make sure you have this hash in front of it. So it is sort of necessary with the hex values. Okay, and for the RGB we have written 255,0,0. So 255 is actually the maximum intensity that we could have had for R, that is reds, and for greens we have 0, and for blues we have 0. Okay, so these are actually going to give the same color out. So we are going to have only the red color in the output, but these are 3 different methods. It is highly recommended that you use either the RGB method to give the colors to your text, or use the hex values. Okay, because we have millions of colors, and it is absolutely impossible to give a unique name to each color, right? It is impossible for us to uniquely identify a color, a shade of a color, with a name. Okay, so we can have like red, blue, green and violet, purple, but you cannot get in depth with the colors, right? You cannot have dark red and super dark red and light red. Okay, so it is good to use color hex colors and RGB colors. It is not too tough to grab their color codes. Okay, so you do not have to do any maths or anything. You just have to take help of Google or some software like MS Paint. So you can just choose the color, and it will automatically tell you the color code for that particular color that you have chosen. So it's pretty easy. All right, so let's see how to give a different color to our element. So I'm going to have h1 tag, and CSS is fun. I've written some text, and I'm going to reference it using an ID. So my text is the ID that I've written, and inside the style tag, remember you can give style to multiple things, right? To multiple elements. You can just specify the tag name or the selector. So selector is my text, and then I'm going to start the curly braces, and inside this I'm specifying the color, and I like the hex value, so I'm writing the hex value. So this is going to output the text in orange. As you can see that the text shown up is in the orange color. So you can basically use RGB values or hex values, or you can simply specify the name of the colors. Off to the second slide. So in this one we are going to cover up the text alignment. Okay, it is generally it is very important for us to properly align a text. Sometimes we want it to be aligned to the left hand side, sometimes to the right hand side, you know, sometimes we want it justified, right? So for that we have one CSS property that says text dash align. Okay, so it is pretty much similar to the align attribute that we were using in the HTML, but this one is actually better because this comes up with one additional feature, that is to justify the text, right? So let's get into the sample code. So here you can see the 4 paragraph texts. So they all have the different text inside them, and they all have different classes for them. So this one will be for center aligning the text, and this text, and this one will be for right aligning the text, left aligning the text, and at last justifying that text. Okay, so extremely easy to use. First you need to get the selector right. Make sure you do this right, because if you have written wrong names, you know, if you do some typos in selectors, or you forget to put this little dot over here, so this can cause problems and you might wonder what is going wrong. Okay, so take care of the selectors, and then you just need to write the text align property and then the value to it. So the first paragraph tag, we wanted it to be center aligned, so we'll just simply say the text align colon center, and this will center align the text. And next one is right aligned, so the text will be right aligned. Left aligned will be left one, and the last one is actually justified. Okay, so justification will come into play when you have really long text, so it can really just justify everything, and really nice to have your paragraphs justified. Okay, so this was really easy to do. So I'm going to jump to the third slide. So text decoration is remember we had used the anchor tags, right? Okay, so the text decoration is used to define or remove decorations such as underlines, line throughs, overlines, etc. Okay, so the very basic use of text decoration is actually to remove the decoration remove the underline from the anchor tags. Okay, so as you can see that we have two anchor tags actually. So one with a class to remove the decoration, and one is the simple anchor tag. And in the first one we have referenced it using a class, and we have put the text decoration to none. Okay, so if you see the output, you can see that this one has actually no underline to it. Okay, and this one by default has an underline. So in case you want to remove the underlines from your text, so you can simply say that text decoration colon none. So it's really simple. Okay, and if you want to have some strike throughs and everything, so you can just specify them. Okay, let's say that for this anchor tag we had removed the text decoration to the none, but if you put this to overline and you run this code, so you can see that instead of an underline it has an overline to it. Okay, so you can basically play around with things and see that which decoration actually looks good to you, okay, but usually this text decorations comes handy when you try to remove the underlines from the anchor tags. Okay, so text transformation is one of the very important concepts, and actually one of the very important CSS properties, and this is actually used to transform your text into completely uppercase or completely lowercase or completely capitalized. Okay, so uppercase will actually put all the letters to uppercase, and lowercase will put them all to the small letters, and capitalize will actually do that. It will capitalize the first letter, okay, the very first letter of each word will be capitalized, right? So this one is actually uppercase, and this one is lowercase, and this one is capitalized. If you look at the code, we had 3 paragraph tags. So the first one will be transformed to uppercase. So you can see that even if the text is still written in the lowercase, only the first alphabet is uppercase, but rest of the ones are lowercase. But once you apply the text transformation, this will turn the entire text into the uppercase, and the lowercase will actually turn it to the smaller cases, right? Irrespective, that does not matter that if you have the text inside the tag as uppercase or lowercase or capitalized, this will be simply turned into lowercase using text transform. Okay, so let's go to the top and see that how this style thing is actually shaping up. So inside the style tag, you can see that we have referenced it using a selector, a class selector, and the first one, that the first paragraph text, we had the text dash transform, and it was set to uppercase, so our entire text was actually transformed into uppercase. And for the later one, we had lowercase, and then the next one was capitalized. So you can easily see the output. It's really simple, so you can play around with them. In case you want to completely turn the entire text into uppercase, then go ahead with text transform uppercase. In case you want them to be lowercase, you can go with text transform lowercase. So it's really sweet and simple. In the slide number 5, you are going to find a skill assessment. So this will actually test your skills with these text properties that we have learned so far. So very good luck to you. I think you can do this really easily. In case you have any problems, you can just hit this view video button, and that will help you around. Okay, so I will be skipping this up, and this will actually bring us to the end of the day 3. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks.